There's a lot of information available because of the World Wide Web. But somehow we still find ourselves in these situations in life because we're so naive to the fact that there's a whole nother life outside of the survival mode. Now, the survival mode is a real situation, no doubt. You get stuck in that, and you can definitely stay stuck in that mode for your entire life. Now, let's backtrack and let me explain to you what the survival mode is. This is a zone that you can get caught up in, where you are only focused on paying your bills. You are focused on going to work. You come home, you eat, you sleep, you use the bathroom, you wake up and do it all over again. And all you do is look forward to the weekend. You look forward to the weekend because perhaps you're going to get a break on the weekend. You'll get to relax on the weekend. You'll get to not go to work on the weekend. You'll get to go out and spend your money on the weekend. You'll get to see your family on the weekends. That is what survival mode is. But that's a pretty version of survival mode because survival mode is a whole lifestyle. It defines the type of energy you have. It defines your belief system. It defines your connection with the higher power. It defines your relationships, your education. It includes, the amount of money that you'll ever make in your life. It defines your whole entire life. If you are in the phase of just barely making it, if you are stuck in survival mode, you have taken on a whole lifestyle. Okay, so let's get that clear what survival mode is. However, there is a different version of life. When you're not in survival mode, you reach above and beyond. You're very inquisitive. You're curious. You want to know why. You also want to challenge things and you want to open yourself up to certain possibilities. And I realize that even looking at this generation that are the ones that are in their 20s, a lot of them are still stuck in limbo. And I said, how in the heck can these kids still be stuck in limbo? A lot of them still live with their parents. They don't own any houses. They're still paying off their cars. A lot of them don't have any hopes. If they didn't go to college or have any type of degrees behind them, they are stuck in limbo mode. And it's very difficult for me to understand why these people are stuck in limbo mode because they have everything accessible to them. But my mother's generation would say the same thing for my generation. So I guess it is just a continuous thing. Either you got it and you're going to get it and you're going to soar and you're going to win right off the bat, or you're not. Observing this generation, the generations under me, I see that there is 5 major issues that we should focus on so that we can perhaps try to avoid them if we are stuck in these 5 different brackets. Now, this podcast is dedicated to women, to elevate women, to add value to your life, and to make you better. So throughout this message, I want to be able to do that. By the way, don't forget to pre-order your book, The 3 Vehicles of Power. I will link it in the description box below. This book highlights 3 powers that you have. You already have, you came with them, but you are not exercising them. So you do not even think that they are powers. And this book offers you a different perspective and how you can tap into those 3 powers and change your entire life drastically. I mean, your life is going to flip flop and you are going to soar just knowing this information. Okay, now back to the podcast. There are 5 different areas in which I want to focus this conversation on, because if we can make some adjustments in these areas with the newer generation, then we will be able to kind of make a large impact on their lives. One of the things that is not on here that I I want to stress that should be on here. So it's going to be 6 different categories that we're going to focus on. I have just written a book, a class, and did a seminar on know the vision, know your vision, and create a plan. Know your vision and create a plan. It is in book form as well. Okay. I would highly suggest this book, because this book is going to provide you information and walk you step by step, literally hold your hand while you create a vision and make it vivid. The name of the book is Know the Vision and Create the Plan. Know the vision and create the plan. That is the number one thing that I think is missing, because in this book, you'll see that it talks about your vision and making it vivid. It walks you through step by step on how to make a vivid vision. And creating the plan, one of the gold mines in this book is it teaches you how to link up with people, give you examples and structure on how to link up with people who can advance you. See, there is a such thing as coaches, instructors, and teachers. Now, you don't want just any coach. You don't want any instructor. You don't want any teacher. You just don't want somebody who is faking the funk, who is teaching you something that they have learned, textbook style, and they're not even really living the life. So if you are trying to teach me how to manifest something in my life, I'm going to need you to have manifest something in your life. What type of house do you live in? How many square footage is it? Is that by choice? Did you want more, but you just couldn't get it? How does that work? What is your bank account looking like? Do you have investments? What type of car do you drive? How is your family structure? Like, I need to know all of this stuff if I'm going to be following you and having you as my instructor in life, because I don't want you rubbing off on me the things that you don't have. Like, if you don't have it, if you have not obtained it yet, then how are you going to tell me how to get it? How are you going to be proof? The proof is in the pudding. If it ain't work for you, then I don't know that it's going to work for me. And I'm not willing to waste my time, my money, or my focus, my attention on things that you are just throwing out here because they sound good. I need the proof. I need the proof. Show me the money. Show me where it's at. And then I will follow. Show me where it's at, and then I will follow. But this book, Know the Vision and Create the Plan, is so deep, because it not only teaches you how to create your vision and make it vivid, but it also teaches you what they haven't taught us. Once you have your vision, what do you do with it? You have to make that vision come into fruition. And you can make that vision come into fruition automatically by finding those who are already living the life that you want to live, and live out who has your stuff and go and get it. I know that environment plays a big part in holding us back. The environment that we are in definitely holds us back. And when you want to be in a higher vibrational environment, it costs more. The streets cost more. The entertainment in that area costs more. People make more money in those zip codes. Like, there is a higher elevation. When you want more, you have to pay for more. Environment is definitely important. I see these young people, and depending on what city and state they come from, depending on what neighborhood they're in, their neighborhood, they could be really good kids, but the neighborhood, the environment, the house, the side of town, the city, the state rubs off on them, and it depletes them of their value. They kind of get lost in the sauce of who it is they are and what goals and ambitions they have, because of the simple fact that they have been put in a space where they are just focused on surviving. And then, so the environment is a really big thing. So if by chance you can put yourself in a clean, clear environment, It could be a small apartment in a nice, clean city and state, in a neighborhood that you don't know anything about, one that is elevated. If you are in a position, if you are a young lady listening to this message, and you are able to run as fast as you can and put yourself in an environment that is going to allow you to be successful, allow you to think, not have any stress on you, and for you to be clear. I have found that that is one of the things that has held most of us back in our life. That is our environment. And it's not even just talking about our house. It's talking about who is in our house. One thing that I am an advocate of is if things, situations, or people are not benefiting you, they are decreasing your value. If they're not adding value to you, if they're not an asset, they are a liability. Run as fast as you can away from people who are low vibrational people, who are not adding to your life, who cannot add value to who you are. They're not making you better. They are making you worse. The 3 vehicles of power highlight the powers that we have as individuals. This podcast is sponsored by the 3 vehicles of power. To pre-order your book, click the link in my description box that is linked. To pre-order your book, click the link in the description box below. Pre-order your copy of the 3 vehicles of power and bless your life. Keyonna Divine. So environment plays a big part. The second thing that I have noticed that is playing a big part in our community, as far as the young people, is the negative belief system, the self-talk that they have. We have a lot of young people who are committing suicide, who don't speak positively to themselves or positively to their peers or anything like that. It has a lot to do with the influence and the vibrational frequencies of the music. I am an advocate believer of that. If you can introduce yourself to some new type of music that is not like radio play, hip hop and R&B, if you can get away from that, you have more chances of being very successful, because of the vibrations of the music are scientifically not high vibrational music with the mumbling. And in addition to the mumbling, the lyrics are not progressive. So it leads to you thinking that these things are okay because these things are on the radio, but that is not. And it leads to you adding negative beliefs into your world. You take on the beliefs of your favorite rappers or singers or reality stars and all of that. And that is not what you want to do. You are the deliberate creator of your reality, and you need to align what it is, whatever you align with, not allowing anyone else to have a large impact on you in making the decisions for the rest of your life. Like, getting tattoos all the way, covering your whole body just because your favorite rapper did it, or popping pills or taking drugs, or, doing the things that they talk about in their lyrics. Negative beliefs are a big part of what is affecting this current generation. The food that we eat is very important. Our food carries a frequency just like everything else. So I think it's very important for this generation. And I'm proud of this generation, because I find that, especially within my household with teenagers, I find like that they are a lot more food conscious about the things, they are more conscious about the foods that they eat. They are aware. They are very conscious of their weights and different things like that. I'm not sure if that is how it is generally with the young people now. However, I do feel like it is very important to point out the significance of the things that we ingest and digest into our bodies. The next thing I want to talk about is a very broad topic, especially it's very controversial, about the smoking and drinking. Now, this is not anything new. It is not new to this generation. It's just something that has carried on. But I feel like now that marijuana is legal in a lot of places, that it is being taken advantage of. I have nothing against drinking or smoking. What I can say is that there is a time and place for that. If you are doing that in the middle of the daytime, that means you're not able to focus and make any money. And if you are focusing and making money and handling your business while you're high, as well as you're drunk, that is not professional. It's not the type of people that I want to be around. Okay? I want you to be fully conscious while we are making these millions. I don't want to be around you and you are smoking weed all throughout the day and different things like that. I need you to be able to focus. I need for us to have clarity. And I just don't like the energy. I feel like there's a time to play and there's a time to grind. And I don't think that the play and the grind should be intertwined. I feel like if you are all about your money, I need you clean and pure and all about your money. And when it turns dark, do what you do and have your fun. So I feel like there is a time and a place for everything. And in addition to that, too much of anything is not good for you. The next thing I want to talk about is the wasting of time. I find that this generation does a lot of wasting time, playing a lot of video games, smoking a lot of weed, playing more video games, eating, smoking weed, going to sleep. Playing video games, eating, smoking weed, going to sleep. Go to work, play video games, smoking weed, go to sleep. Go to work, go hang out. All of that. That is a lot of time to be wasting. Do you know that us as Black folks, we are behind? You don't have time to play games and smoke weed and go to sleep and everything like that. No, you need to be out there getting the bag, networking, building our people up. And then when you get of a certain age and you get of a certain time and you set time aside for that, then we are behind. Okay, we are behind if we compare ourselves to other people, and we need to get up to ensure that our people, that we can call the shots. We don't have time to waste time. I feel like this generation of Black kids should be more serious and not so lackadaisical about the situation. Yes, you do have the option to be, and admire the others while they do that. But we are behind. Every other culture or every other race is ahead of us, and we are the ones who built this country, but we are the ones that are minorities, and we are the ones that are behind. I'm sorry. You need to be in it. I need you to own several businesses by the age of 21. I need you to be a millionaire by the age of 21. I need you to set the standards. If you have done all of that and you want to drink and you want to smoke and you want to play games and everything like that, and you found a way to make the things that you do a lucrative business, by all means. But if you have not conquered that, we have no time for you to be effing off time, entertaining yourself with the things that really don't matter. We are behind. Last but not least, I would like to talk about this generation not taking financial literacy serious enough for me. I know it's because your parents didn't teach you and their parents didn't teach them. But there is just so much information out here. And you're out here working and hustling. This generation does believe in making money. However, what are you spending your money? Oh, you're spending your money on the weed. Oh, the new game system. Okay. I need you to pay yourself first, which means however much money you can give up, I need you to invest it into something. And when I say something, I mean something in the market, an index fund, perhaps, a stock, Tesla, Google, Amazon. I need you to partner up with a stock who you feel that's going to be strong in your generation and take you to the top. And I need you to start investing. It's too much information out here now. It's too widely advertised for you to not be applying yourself. So this podcast is a little bit different. I wanted to point out the things that I felt that could possibly be holding us behind as far as this newer generation in the 20s that are in between, I'm going to say 18 and 30. I feel like that generation needs to go ahead and step it up because we need to make sure that we're not going backwards pertaining. We need to make sure we have to ensure that we are moving forward. So ladies, I hope that this podcast was able to bless you and offer you perspective of the generation before you, basically giving you some information on how you can elevate yourself as far as the 6 areas of improving or upgrading your environment, your negative belief system, the food that you eat, limit the amount of drinking and smoking. Don't waste time. We don't have time to waste. And start investing your money because that is what's going to take care of you in the future.